or arithmetic sequence. Can you tell what a linear sequence is? Let me ask.
I do know what a linear sequence is, but my problem with math in general is that I will know it, then I will forget about it.
Okay, I can assure you that if you practice all that you are going to do, you won't forget any of this in the exam hall. All I need from you is for you to practice. Okay? So whatever
Okay.
you're learning now, I would need you to practice them more and solve more questions. So if we have other classes, you can bring those questions to me. Those ones that I think you can't really solve, then we solve them together and you solve similar questions also. Is that fine? Is that fine? Hello, can you hear me?
You you kind of started breaking up.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. So this is a linear sequence. How do we recognize linear sequence? When you are adding or subtracting a particular number to get the next term, we say it is a linear sequence. Now, if you look at this sequence that we have here, what do you observe about getting the next term?
The difference between 3 and 9 is 5. And then
3 and 9, that should be 6. That should be -6. So look at this. Let's find the difference between -9 and minus 3. That will be -9 plus 3. And that gives us what?
6.
It gives us -6. So you can still use your calculator for this particular. If you have a calculator with you, do you?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so we can still use calculator for this one. Now, the paper that we are not going to use calculator for, I will let you know. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah. So we have -9 plus 3. That will give us -6. So it means that we are subtracting 6 from each term to get the next one. Do you understand that?
Yes.
So what do you think the value of k would be?
The value of k,
K, yeah.
if we are subtracting 6,
Yeah.
mm,
Have you gotten your answer?
no.
Show you something here. Now to get this next term here, this since the common difference is to subtract 6, you do -6 to get this one here. So -3 -6. Check that on your calculator.
Sorry, sir. Please, are you writing? Because I don't think I can see. Are you writing, or you just?
I'm writing. I am.
Okay,
Did you say -3 -6?
Yes, -3 -6.
That's -9.
So we have -9, which means if you subtract minus subtract 6 from -9, what will you get? You get what? -15. So what would happen if you want to get k? That would be what? -33 minus
Yes,
what? 6.
-6.
So what would that give to us?
-39.
So the answer to k is -39. Is that clear?
Yes, yes.
Good. Then if we want to get c, what do you think we are going to do there? To get
I think we would add 6.
very good. Do you understand? So we add 6 to what? -3. So we have 6 plus -3, obviously -3 plus 6. That gives us what?
So sorry, sir, for
That's
interrupting. What I can see on my end is what you wrote at the top: -1, comma, -3, comma, -5,
So,
comma,
okay,
oh,
you've
-7.
not
me,
seen
I can,
anything else.
yes,
Is it the
yes.
same for you?
yes,
Maybe is it?
Okay,
Okay,
yes,
let me share
okay. I think that will be okay. Thank you, sir.
the screen.
yes, I can.
Mr. Ajiro?
Yes, sir. We can see the write-up now. Yes, sir.
Okay. Now I'm writing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can you see these ones?
Yes,
Yeah, good. So let's continue. However, do you understand what has been taught so far?
yes.
Good. Now let's look at questions. We are still going back to question 1 later. We look at a similar question to that question 1 to ascertain your understanding. So question 2 says the diagram shows an isosceles triangle. Find the value of x. So for an isosceles triangle, what is the special feature of an isosceles triangle? Can you tell me if you're sure of that?
Um, the sides are equal.
The sides, we have two sides that are equal. Also, the angles, these base angles are also equal. Okay, so it makes that means that this place would be what? This angle will be
43,
what?
43.
So this angle will be what? 43, right? Degrees.
Yes.
All right. So if that angle is 43, what would be the value of x?
Mm,
What do we do to get the value of x? So remember that the sum of angles in a triangle is what? We have 43 degrees plus 43 degrees plus x, and that would equals to what?
oh,
And that would equals to what?
it-
He said
94.
94 is our final answer. Okay, so but this equals to what? 180 degrees. So when you add these two together, it becomes what? 86 degrees plus
86.
x, right? Equals to 180 degrees. And then this becomes x equals to 180 degrees minus 86. And our answer is what? 94 degrees,
94.
right?
Yes.
So this is 94 degrees. So this is 94 degrees, okay?
Yes. Okay.
So let's look at this question for you. Let's say we have this angle here to be x, and this angle here to be, let's say, 52 degrees. We have this. What would be the value of x?
Um, fif- the top one is 52, right?
Yeah, 52. Yeah.
Um, X would be 128.
Why do you say that? Why would that be okay? You know that we have three angles there.
Yes, because the both of the bottom angles are the same,
Good.
and
So when you sum all
um,
of them together, that idea is good. Let me show you something here before you continue. So let's sum up all of this. This will give us x plus x, right? plus 52, and that equals to what?
Wait, actually, no, sir. That would be
Good.
the x would be 64.
Yes, x will be 64. Do you understand that? So this will give us
Yes.
equals to 180 degrees. So we have 2x equals to 180 degrees minus 52 degrees. And that will give us 128 degrees, right?
Yes.
So which means that x would be 128 degrees over 2, and that's
Divided
64
by 2.
degrees. So this is correct. Is this clear? Or I should give you
Yes.
one more? One more. Okay, let's look at one more. Let's say we have this. Let's say we have this. And you see that the place the arrows are, the position has changed. So
Yes.
let's say we have this 40 degrees here, and we have y here. Calculate the value of y. Calculate the value of y. So what would that be?
Um, wouldn't it be 48?
No, no. Do you know why? You know
Why?
why it will not be 48? Because the angle, how do we know the two angles that are the same? Let me explain that before you now go back to the question. How do we know the two angles? Start where this arrow is pointing at. It's pointing at this, right?
Yes.
This arrow here is pointing at this. This arrow here is pointing at this. So it means that those two angles are the same. Now, if you
Okay.
look at this one, this angle facing this one here, then this angle facing this one here. So which two angles are the same now?
The one on top and why?
Good. So use that idea to solve this.
Um, y is 66.
Y is 66. Okay. How do we get 66? Who made you?
So 48 minus 180 is
Okay.
132. So since the one on top
Okay.
and y are the same, divided by 2 is 66.
No. The one on top and Y are not the same. The
Oh,
one here, the one here and the one here are the same.
oh.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. Do you see that? Where the arrow is facing, the angle the arrow is facing.
Oh, okay.
This is what we have here, and the arrow is facing this one also. So these two are the same.
Okay. So
So it's solved.
so that's 80. So y is 84.
Okay, how do we get 84?
Since the the one on top and 48 are the
8 are the
same.
same.
That means adding
Okay,
it together is 96. So
okay,
96
good,
minus 180 is 84.
okay, good. I hope you're learning.
Yes.
So let's ascertain that knowledge now with the last one, because I don't want to leave, so that whenever you see a question like this, is a done deal.
Mm,
Okay? Yeah.
mm.
So let's look at this. This. Solve this. Calculate the value of y.
Okay. Um. Y is 61.
61. Okay. Because, can you please
Oh,
explain?
the way the arrows are facing, Y and
Mm-hmm.
the one on top are the same.
Is it
So
y? Are you sure it's y? Where is this arrow facing? This one here. Which angle is it facing?
wait, which one? Sorry,
This one here, this arrow here. Which angle is it facing?
I can't see your cursor.
They said
I can't see your cursor. Where you're pointing at.
this one here.
Oh, okay.
Which one is it facing?
It's facing the one on top.
No, it's facing this. Look at this. It's facing this here. This one here, this angle here is facing this one. Then this angle here is facing the top. So which means that the one at the top and 58 are the same. Okay.
Okay.
So
Mm.
fix that.
This is the one on at the top and 58 are the same. Then Y is
Yes.
64.
Do you know why they are the same now?
Mm.
Are you? I want you to be able to identify that.
No,
Yeah.
no, I don't.
Okay, please look at this. Let's say we have angle A, angle B, angle C. This first arrow here, which angle is it facing? Which angle is it
See,
looking at?
see,
Do you get? This
mm,
arrow here, which angle is it looking at?
A.
So that's how we identify them now. You get? So look at this one. Is facing this. It's facing this angle here. And this one is facing the angle at it. So the two angles that the arrows are facing are the same.
Okay.
You get that?
Yes.
So can we identify that now?
Then identify Y.
No, identify the angles that the arrows are facing.
Yes, yes.
So now that idea, let's use it to solve this last question before we move to the next question.
Okay.
So yeah, let's solve. So what do we have? Are you solving?
I can't see what you did.
This one, this question here. I want you to solve it. This one here.
It's the same
Okay.
question. Oh, okay.
Wait, let me redraw. Calculate the value of x.
Okay. Mm. X is 56.
X is 56. So what did you do to get 56?
The way the angles are facing, that means
Okay,
that the 62 and the one on top are the same.
good. Thank you
So
very much. Yeah.
62 plus 62 is 124. So 124
Okay.
minus 180 is 56.
Okay. That's very good. So we have 56. So your knowledge of this particular question, what would in a scale of 1 to 10, what would that be now?
On a scale of 1 to 10, with this particular triangle question, I would think
Yeah.
about an 8. I still need
Okay.
to do some like practice with
Yes.
the angles.
Yeah. I agree with you 100%. Yeah. So question 3.
A lot, and you're like, okay, do you have a private tuition? Don't you have? Do you have? And yes, Ajiro Tech do have a private tuition. So by my right, you can see that we have for the EdExcel and Cambridge IGCSE, and yes, we do have for all subjects. Okay, all subjects. Okay, the popular ones that's always been in demand is mathematics, English language as a second language. Okay, we have physics, we have biology, we have chemistry, and we have um, you know the flagship, which is ICT, just here and there. We also have business studies. So if you're interested for a private tuition, I think all you have to do is send an email to the sales team at ajirotech@gmail.com, and they would reply to you, talk about your time zone, talk about, and the fee is really quite affordable. Really, it's really quite affordable. It's when you look at it across other tutoring service, I think this is the one that's quite affordable, and you get the very best of service. We also have for the E levels as well, and also for the EdExcel. So we have for the Cambridge E levels and EdExcel E levels. Okay, and we have also across the subject mathematics, which is usually the hot cake when it comes to E level, mathematics and chemistry, and then biology. These are usually one of the ones we have in demand always, all the time. Even physics, for E level. So all you have to do, if you're watching this right now and you are interested for a private tuition, then you can do yourself a solid, okay, and send an email to the sales team at ajiro@gmail.com, and they'll reply to you. And the good news about this is what I've discussed with the sales team is we've tried as much as possible to see how we can subsidize the amount according to countries, so it doesn't really look very, very heavy. Okay, so so this is really important. Yes, we do charge in pounds, but again, we try to be as much as possible considerate to your countries, and we don't just skyrocket the price. No, because at the end of the day, we know how it feels, and we really want you to actually get the best of service, and again, be able to afford it from the comfort of your home. So again, Ajiro Tech private tuition is currently ongoing. You can enroll yourself for the IGCSE, and then for the E levels. Again, for the IGCSEs, these are the subjects, and for the E levels, these are also the subjects. So again, what are you waiting for? Just send an email to the system. If you're an IGCSE student preparing for IGCSE, if you're watching this in 2025, when this is in 2026, when this is 2027, we're currently ongoing, and this is actually a good time for you to actually explore and then get it tailored to your own needs. So trust me, you don't want to miss out.
They gave us some numbers in the box. They said complete each statement with a number from the list. So these numbers have been listed for us. Now the first one says dash is a natural number. So can you tell me or give me one natural number that you know? Let's start with that. Okay.
Natural number. Is one a
Okay.
natural number?
Natural numbers are counting numbers. What did I
So
say?
counting numbers.
So natural numbers are counting numbers. The numbers you counted when you were in basic 1 or 2. 1, 2, 3.
1, 2,
So
3.
amongst all of these, which one do you think is the natural number there?
24.
Do you get? Why not -3?
Because it's not a counting number.
Do you get? So it's not a counting number. Counting numbers are positive integers. Okay. So 24. Do you get that?
Yes.
Natural numbers are counting numbers. So you can put that down. Counting numbers. So 24. Now, they said dash is an irrational number. Can you tell us the one that is irrational number there?
Irrational 1.2.
No. Not 1.2.
-3.
No, -3. Let me explain what irrational number is. So irrational number, when the decimal of the number do not end, the decimal part do not end, we are going to say that it is what? Irrational. So look at all of this. We have this decimal terminates, this also terminates, this terminates, this one will terminate. But if you look at root of 3, press that on your calculator, root of 3.
Which is okay. 1.732050.
Can you see? It's an endless decimal.
Yes.
If there's still space on your calculator, it will keep giving you other numbers. Why it stopped there was because there is no more space for your calculator to put numbers. But this is endless. So another way I could tell you to identify this is when you have roots of a number that is not a perfect square, like root of 7 is irrational. Root of 4 is root of 4 irrational.
No.
Why?
No.
Why?
Is it because it's an even number?
No, because root of 4 is 4 is a perfect square, and root of 4 is an integer, such that you won't have a decimal. Check that on your calculator. What do we have? Root of 4.
2.
2. Okay. So how about root of 16?
Square root of 16 is 4.
Is that irrational or rational?
It's rational.
Good. Root of 5, rational or irrational?
Irrational.
Thank you. So do you see? So will you be able to identify irrational now if you see one?
Yes.
Good. So I'm going to give you some question. So let's put this down first. So which means that root of 3 is an irrational number. All right. Do you get that?
Yes.
So let's write this down. Let's say we have root of 5, root of 7, root of 25. Okay, let me not use root of 5. We have said that before. So let's say root of 15, root of 7, root of 36, root of 18. So tell me the ones that are rational and the ones that are irrational.
25 is rational. 15 and 7 are irrational.
Okay.
36 is rational.
Okay.
And then the
18.
root of
You said?
18 is irrational.
Thank you very much. Understood. Understood. So now let's look at the one that is reciprocal of 4. Let's look at the one that is reciprocal of 4. So what do we mean by reciprocal of a number? Do you have an idea?
The number can divide itself.
No, that's not it. When they say find the reciprocal of a number, let's say the number is n. The reciprocal of n is 1 over n. Okay? So which makes the reciprocal of, let's say, the reciprocal of 2 would be 1 over 2, and the answer will be 0.5. Do you understand?
Yes.
What's the reciprocal of 5?
The reciprocal of 5, it's 1, no, 0,
Mm-hmm.
0, decimal point 2.
No, check, use your calculator. You're allowed calculator, so use it. So reciprocal of 5, what is it?
It's giving me 0.2.
It's giving it 0.2.
Yes.
1 over 5.
Yes.
0.2. Yeah, sure, you're correct. So please put this down before we continue. Reciprocal of n is equals to 1 over n. All right? So you will not
Okay.
forget that. So what will now be the reciprocal of 4? So that I
1
can
over
write it
4.
down
1 over 4.
as decimal.
0.25.
So 0.25. Is this question clear?
Yes. Yes,
Very
yes.
clear. So your knowledge of reciprocal, irrational number, and natural number, what do you think the scale will be? If you want to rate
A
it,
9. A
a
9.
9. Good. That's good. So please, like you said, work more on this, okay?
Okay.
And it can only get better when you keep working, okay?
Okay.
So are you done writing?
Yes.
All right. So the next question. Have you heard of scattered graph before?
The scattered graph. Yes. I think I did it in school. I think I still have the
Okay.
paper of it.
So a scattered graph shows relationship between two things, right?
Yes.
Like an example is if a student is doing well in physics, will the student do well in maths? You can check that by taking maybe the score of like 10 students in physics and their score in maths. Then we plot it to see if there's a correlation. Now, we have 3 types of correlation. Let's say 3 types. We have the positive correlation, and which ones?
The positive
Uh-huh.
correlations.
And then,
Negative.
and then,
The negative.
yeah, positive, negative, and no correlation. Okay. It's like saying, oh, there's nothing, there's no business here. There's no relationship between these two things. Okay.
Mm.
Yeah. So that's no correlation. But if there's a correlation, It's either we have a positive or a negative correlation. Is that understood?
Yes.
Now, the first question says, one of the buildings has 67 rooms. Write down the number of people in the building. Now, this is the number of rooms, right?
Yes.
They said it has 67. So this point is 67 here, right?
Yes.
They plotted it for. So what will now be the number of people in the room? Let me enlarge so that I can check yourself.
70, 75, 73.
Catch it very well. Now look at the space between, the difference between 17 and 80 is what?
5.
70 and 80. Difference, like the difference.
Oh,
Yeah.
10.
10. Now, if you look at the boxes we have there, how many do we have?
5.
5, which means that each box represents 2. Okay, so what will be this value again?
Each value would be if each box represents 2.
Okay.
That's the middle.
Yes. This is not the middle. This is it the, no, it's not the middle, it's on this line, exactly this line.
6.
76, right? So 76. That should be the answer. Do you get that?
Yes.
Good. So 4B. It says in another building there are 42 people and 33 rooms. On the scatter graph or diagram, plot these points. So it's simple, we just need to plot the points. So we have 42 people against 33 rooms. So 42, this is 42, right? The next line after
the box after 40.
Yes, 40. So then 33. Since this is representing 2 also, so that would be the middle of this point here, of the second box.
Yes.
So we have this here. This should be the point. Do you get that?
Yes.
Okay, good. So we have plotted that. Another one mark gone. Or another one mark in the bag. So see, it says on the scattered diagram, draw a line of best fits. Draw a line of best fit. Now, how do you draw a line of best fit? A line of best fit is a straight line, and it is drawn such that, listen, it's a very simple thing to do, so that it is passing between these plotted points. You may touch some, okay?
Yes.
Yeah, like this. It's passing between them. You could draw it even here. There is no particular order of drawing it, just that it should be in between the points, like this. You can't draw it outside here. This is not line of best fit.
Okay.
Do you get that?
Yes.
So this is it. This is line of best fit. Now we can use the line of best fit to estimate values. Do you get that?
Yes.
You can use the line of best fit to estimate values. So after we have drawn the line of best fit, which is 1 mark in the bag, do you understand how to do that now?
Yes.
Good. Then and I say use that to estimate the number of rooms in this building if there are 45 people in a different building. So 45 people. So 45 will be around here. 45 will be around here, the middle of the site. So you trace that point to the line of best fit. Are you seeing that?
Okay. Yes.
So when you trace that point to the line of best fit, you now trace it to this other side. What do we have? 30.
Yes.
That's it. That's it. Is that understood?
Yes, yes.
Very well understood.
Yes.
Can we move on?
Yes, you can.
Okay, now they said what type of correlation is shown in the scatter diagram? What type of correlation?
Mm,
I think I need you to know that. What type of correlation is that? Let me clean so that you see it clearly. So what type of correlation is this? Is it negative? Is it not a correlation? Is it positive?
positive.
Why? Why do you say positive? Why not negative?
Um, because I actually don't have a reason now.
Okay, but which means you guessed.
Mm.
Good. So you won't guess next time. This is what you're going to do. Now you can see that from the starting point, it is moving up like this.
Yes.
Yeah, from the
Yes. Yes.
starting point. But that's positive. Okay.
Okay.
But from the starting point, maybe it is moving down like this, the one I'm drawing.
Yes.
It will be negative. Okay.
Okay.
Do you
Okay.
get that?
Yes.
Then if you can't tell whether it is positive or negative, that means it is no correlation. So maybe it is looking like this. You can't tell whether it's going up or it's coming. It is no correlation. Do you understand that? Do you get that?
Yes, I understand.
You said?
I understand.
Okay. So is this very clear? If there are
Yes.
any problems, please let me know. If there are problems, let me know, okay?
Okay.
Yeah. Let's continue. So I believe you're good with um, scattered graph at least. The questions will not be more than what they're asking you right now for scattered graph. Okay? Will not be more than this. So your knowledge of scattered graph 1 to 10.
1 to 10, a 9.
9. Good. Good. That's fine. So now let's look at conversion. Let's look at conversion here. They said convert 7.51 meters squared to centimeters squared. All right. So let's look at the conversion of 1 meter to centimeters. So what's 1 meter to centimeters? 1 meter to centimeters is what? Is 100 centimeters. Okay. 1 meters to
1 meter to
centimeters is 100
centimeters is
centimeters. 100.
100.
Yeah. Can you see my screen now? Can you see what I wrote on the screen? Yeah. Can you see what's on the
Yes.
screen? Yeah. So this is different from saying 1 meter squared. Okay. 1 meter squared means 1 meters times 1 meters. That's what it means. Do you get that?
Okay. Yes.
So which means we are going to say this is 100 centimeters times 100 centimeters. All right. And that
Okay.
was what? 10,000 centimeters squared. 1
Centimeters.
meter squared is 10,000 centimeters squared.
Okay.
Do you get
Okay.
this?
Yes.
So which means that if we want to convert 7.51 meters squared to centimeters squared, that would just be 7.51. Since you are converting the bigger units to the smaller units, you multiply the number, which is 10,000. If you're converting the smaller unit to the bigger one, you divide. Can you repeat what I just said?
Okay.
Let me see if you heard me right. Can you repeat what I just said? If you are converting
It
from
says that if converting from the smaller unit to the bigger unit, you multiply, but if it's from the bigger unit to the smaller unit, you divide.
Thank you very much. So let's multiply this. 7.5 times 10,000. That gives us what?
7,500 and 510.
Multiply it. I want you to multiply it so that you will see it clearly with your calculator.
Um, 7,510.
Are you certain? That's
Yes.
one. That's 10,000. Hope you know.
Oh.
That conversion is 10,000, not 1,000.
Sorry. Then it's then it's seven. Then is 75,100.
Okay, 75,100 is very correct. So let me give you something to do here. Convert a 2.5 centimeters. Okay, 2.5 meters squared. 2.5 meters squared to centimeters squared. B 35,000 centimeters squared to meters squared. So please do this. Do the two. You have about a minute.
A lot, and you're like, okay, do you have a private tuition? Don't you have? Do you have? And yes, Ajiro Tech do have a private tuition. So by my right, you can see that we have for the EdExcel and Cambridge IGCSE, and yes, we do have for all subjects. Okay, all subjects. Okay, the popular ones that's always been in demand is mathematics, English language as a second language. Okay, we have physics, we have biology, we have chemistry, and we have the flagship, which is ICT, just here and there. We also have business studies. So if you're interested for a private tuition, I think all you have to do is send an email to the sales team at ajirotech@gmail.com, and they would reply to you, talk about your time zone, talk about and the fee is really quite affordable. Really, it's really quite affordable. It's when you look at it across other tutoring service, I think this is the one that's quite affordable and you get the very best of service. We also have for the E-levels as well, and also for the EdExcel. So we have for the Cambridge E-levels and EdExcel E-levels. Okay, and we have also across the subject mathematics, which is usually the hot cake when it comes to E-level, mathematics and chemistry, and then biology. These are usually one of the ones we have in demand always, all the time. Even physics, for E-level. So all you have to do, if you're watching this right now and you are interested for a private tuition, then you can do yourself a solid, okay, and send an email to the sales team at ajiro@gmail.com, and they'll reply to you. And the good news about this is, what I've discussed with the sales team is, we've tried as much as possible to see how we can subsidize the amount according to countries, so it doesn't really look very, very heavy. Okay, so So this is really important. Yes, we do charge in pounds, but again, we try to be as much as possible considerate to your countries, and we don't just skyrocket the price. No, because at the end of the day, we know how it feels, and we really want you to actually get the best of service, and again, be able to afford it from the comfort of your home. So again, Ajiro Tech private tuition is currently ongoing. You can enroll yourself for the IGCSE and then for the E levels. Again, for the IGCSEs, these are the subjects, and for the E levels, these are also the subjects. So again, what are you waiting for? Just send an email to the system. If you're an IGCSE student preparing for IGCSE, if you're watching this in 2025, when this is in 2026, when this is 2027, we're currently ongoing, and this is actually a good time for you to actually explore and then get it tailored to your own needs. So trust me, you don't want to miss out.
So the first one, A, is 25,000,
Very
and
correct.
the second one is 3.5.
Very good. Very good. Very well done. So understood, right?
Yes.
Yeah, understood. So let's look at the next question. This should be okay, but there are other conversions. Maybe as time goes on, we are going to look at them. Okay,
Okay.
other conversion. So question 6. Question C says the diagram shows a trapezium. Diagram shows a trapezium. So this is trapezium. So first, what is the
Mm.
formula for calculating the area of the trapezium? Because it said the area of the trapezium is what, 42 centimeters squared. We want to find this unknown place. Okay. So first,
Mm.
the formula for
Length times
calculating the
breadth.
area, yeah?
Length times breadth.
No.
Mm.
The area, that one is for a rectangle. Okay.
Mm.
So the
Okay.
area of a trapezium is calculated by A plus B over 2 times height. Please put out that formula. A
Okay.
plus B over 2 times height. A and B. A and B are the parallel sides. A and B are the parallel
Okay.
sides. So the parallel sides are these two sides here for this one. Normally, the trapezium is supposed to
Mm.
be like this. This is the right way or the right position of the trapezium. But they switch it, it was standing, it is standing, right?
Yes. Yes.
Good. So note this down. And let's take one or two questions here before we look at this one. So let's say we have a
Mm.
trapezium, okay? And we have
Okay.
5 centimeters here. We have, let's say, 8 centimeters here. And the height is 6 centimeters. Okay? So this is what we do, which means that A is 5, right? B is 8, and H is what? 6. So let's use that to let's apply that to the formula. So we have 5 plus what? What is B? 5
Um,
plus B is,
5 plus 8.
thank you, divided by 2, multiplied by what?
Um, multiplied by 6.
Thank you very much. So when you work out that bracket, which is 5 plus 8 divided by 2, what do we have? That would be 13
That's
divided by 2 times what? 6. So what's 13 divided by 2?
13 divided by 2 is 6.5.
So 6.5 times 6.
39.
Okay, so we have 39 centimeters squared. Is this clear?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Put this down. Do something like this again, then we look at that question together.
Okay.
So let's look at this. This is, let's say this is 8 centimeters, 12 centimeters, and 6. Solve that. Calculate the area of a trapezium.
Okay.
So quickly work that. Let's do the question 6.
8 centimeters.
I hope you know what to do. Or I believe you know what to do.
The answer is 60.
Okay, let's look at this together. So that's 20 over 2 times 6. You're correct. That's 10 times 6, which is what, 60 centimeters squared. So 60, please make sure you
Yes.
put units, okay?
Okay.
Yeah. So now let's solve this. Let's solve this question here. So I believe you know how to apply the formula now.
Yes.
Now let's look at this one here. Now you can see that the A was not given to us in this question. They gave us as X.
Yes.
But the area is given and they want us to find the value of A. So we have A plus B over 2 times H. So A is X. Are you following?
Yes.
Plus B. What is B?
B is 6.
No, 9.5. This side are
Oh,
looking at it. Yeah.
okay.
Do you get?
Okay.
So what
Yeah.
is the height? What is the height?
6.
6. Good. So, and that equals to what? The area is what? 42, right?
Yes.
So do you understand this?
Yes.
Can we move on?
But I'm kind of confused how 9.5 isn't the height.
Now look at this. This trapezium is not in the normal orientation it should be. It should be. The orientation, they changed it. Look at the normal one here, the one we drew here. But they turned it around.
Oh, okay.
Do you understand that?
Okay.
So that's why.
Yes.
Do you see that now?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Is it clear now?
Yes.
Good. So we can now say 6 year 1. 6 can divide, sorry, 2 into 1. 2 into 6, we have 3, right?
Yes.
So we have x plus 9.5 into 3 equals to 42. Is this clear?
Yes.
So we could open this bracket and say 3 times x is 3x then plus 3 times 9.5. That gives us what? Because if you're opening that bracket, the 3 affects both x and the 9.5 that is there. So we have 3x plus what?
0.5.
Times what? What do you say it is? Plus what? 3
Plus
times
9.5.
9.5. No, not 9.5. You multiply, when you're expanding a bracket like this, this 3 multiplies this one, which is 3x. Also multiply this one. So that's how to expand bracket. So now 3 times 9.5. That will give us what?
Oh, 3
Yeah.
times 1.5. 28.5.
28.5 equals to
3
42.
times 9.5.
Yes. So what do we do next from here? We collect like terms, right?
Yes.
So you take 28.5 to the other side.
Okay.
So that would be 3x equals to 42 minus 28.5. And that gives us what?
That gives us 13.5.
So x becomes 13.5 divided by 3. Do you get this?
That's 4.5. Yes. So
On
x is 4.5.
how many percent to this, or scale of 1 to 10
Like
for this?
for this particular question where the
Is
um
missing. Yeah, we may need to look at some
yes,
of them more. So,
yes,
okay, we may look at that more maybe in the next class. However, this is our first class. So, Mr. Ijari mentioned that he would I'd love to have physical classes, which is
yes.
not bad as well. However, do you think there's so much difference between these and physical classes that we just
Yes, because even though online is good, I personally I do better
with
in
physical
physical.
classes?
Yes.
Okay, but basically
All right. Okay.
you actually learned here, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. And there's no I don't think there's more difference, because the only difference here is that you're not seeing me, I'm not seeing you. That's it. But the knowledge is way past, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. So I will allow Mr. Ijao to take over from here if he's available. Hello,
Yes.
Mr.
Thank you
Ijao.
so much.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Mr. Olufoye. Thank you for the class. So good. So good. Mirabel, hope you're able to learn.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, because when she told me about your level in the mathematics and the need for a physical, I told her that there's somebody that even in the online space it would do a far more better, because again what I'm looking for you is the quality. Physical, online, the most important thing is the quality of service you get, because if somebody is coming for physical and they're not able to produce, pass the knowledge very critically, then there's no point. So I'm all about the quality, not just the quantity, not just, oh, somebody there, but how well you're able to be able to dissect the knowledge that has been passed. So what I'm going to do for you, because again, I've been monitoring the class, I've been going around seeing the way you answer the questions. I'm going to work with you through the whole process. I don't know if you've heard about me before, but well, I'm Mr. Ajiro, right? And we have a popular YouTube channel, Ajiro Tech. And so definitely I have a lot of resources with a lot of friends, across continent that I can always partner with to ensure that I work with you, through the process in this in the subject that you're struggling with, in mathematics, in biology, in econs. And I also have a full plan on mathematics, which I will be giving to you as we walk across the way. I mean, this is from some of our students that have produced A star. They have produced A star
Mm.
99, 98%, and they have won Learner's Award. And these are the folders that they have used, solving and everything, and I will be giving them to you. That's one. Two, I'm going to be giving you a lot of practice questions, which Mr. Lufa is going to send to me. I'm going to send them to you time bound, so that, because again, what you need,
Okay.
right, is a lot of constant practice and monitoring. So I'm going to discuss your sister. We're going to work together to ensure that
Okay.
we monitor and track your progress, because I've created a spreadsheet already where I'm able to monitor, because I want to see the A star at the end of the day, where you and I are able to see the A star. And yes, I've seen your note, but trust me, you're a fantastic student, because we've handled students who came to this private tuition, did not even know what is even 1 plus 1, and they were able to have a B,
Mm.
at the end of the day. So that would tell you how good in terms of service that we produce. So I'm going to work with Mr. Lofoyo, work
Mm.
with your guidance, and to ensure that we work with you through the whole process, so that at the end of the day we can give you can be able to produce that result, because essentially you need that knowledge for your A levels, right? Because again, once you
Mm.
also you're going to do your A levels, right? So we can work with you through the whole
Yes.
process, because again, we have the IGCSE tutors, we have the A level tutors across board. So the teacher coming in for
Mm.
economics is taking the IGCSE and A level, is currently taking AS and A2. And that's the reason why I
Mm.
had to bring him in, the one taking AS and A2, so that he can work with you, right? Because
Mm.
again, it's a long process. The same thing with the biology as well. So it's
Mm.
a whole process for you. So no problem. Rest assured, in terms of the mathematics, we would make it our top priority to ensure that you get the very best of results. If it needs for me to keep you know getting track, because I'm going to get a lot of report, progress report from you, to know how well you've done the task, and I'll be giving you a lot of tasks. How well you've done it. I'm not a
Mm.
mathematics teacher. I'm an ICT teacher, but I know how to produce
Mm.
results. We know how to produce results. So we're going to work with you to ensure that at the end of the day, you get the result in biology, in mathematics, and in economics. Okay.